Imagine with me for a minute what the world would be like if artificial intelligence takes over everything. And the past week has been loaded with news about transformations in the chatgpt world, the artificial intelligence world, and the new GPT 4.0 and the amazing stuff that it can do. Now the question going to your mind is ChatGPT going to eat my job alive, or take my business away from me, or take my source of income away from me? You don't have to worry about that, because today we're going to delve right into what you need to make your money, build your wealth, make your millions, no matter what is going on in the GPT world. Look, you don't have to be too bothered. Of course, this stuff can do amazing things. We know ChatGPT, the new version, can generate a video game from a screenshot in less than a minute. You share an iPad screen with it and it can tutor your students in real time. You can get real-time translation in foreign languages. So those of you that are translators, it's coming for your job. And of course, it can create a 3D model in just 20 seconds. Now, with all these improvements in artificial intelligence, you are wondering as a business person, will artificial intelligence knock me out of business? Because this should be what's going through the mind of anybody who has a business that is related with tech, or business that is repetitive, or business that you feel, well, computers can just about do what I do. I don't think you have to be so much worried if you get the lesson, the gist, or the message that we're trying to pass across to you today. Today's message is very, very simple, and that is, no matter what artificial intelligence can do, can it really satisfy the deepest desires of the human heart at the point in time that the human wants that need met? Now let me repeat myself. I said, can artificial intelligence really satisfy the deepest desires of the human heart at the point in time that that human heart wants that need met? Because while it may transform aspects of life in terms of efficiency and all of that, there is a level of service that only a human can perceive that another human needs at that point in time. And your job, as far as this is concerned, as an entrepreneur, is to become someone who is sensitive enough to know when it needs to be met. In fact, to even locate a future need before the person that you wish to serve even becomes aware that he has that need. Let me repeat again. Part of where you can have an edge in the coming years, in the coming days, and with the war of artificial intelligence going on, is when you become the type of person who can perceive a human need before the need even becomes actualized in the person that needs it. In other words, you sense what I need before I come your way, and this can be developed. This is a sense of perception that you can improve upon, that artificial intelligence as it is right now hasn't gotten yet, because we're all aware that it works for now on past data. But what about the realm of perception, the realm of intuition, the realm of knowing beforehand what people need and making provision for such needs? This is a uniquely human capability that no computer, no programming is yet to be able to master. And I want to prove that point to you. Of course, I'm going to read you some verses as usual. And like I always say, I'm not trying to be spiritual or sound woo-woo, but I'm just trying to make you aware of the fact that when it comes to humans, deep calls to deep. When it comes to human, insatiable desire calls for insatiable desire. When it comes to humans, the need to be perceived, the need for the values of what we need to be met, the values, the desires that we need met before we even are aware of it, is such a strong influence on the human personality. So I'm reading from Ecclesiastes 3 verse 11, and it says here, God has made everything beautiful in his time, and he has planted eternity in the hearts of men. Now, of course, that word eternity, some people are going to imagine just means everlasting time, but that eternity is like a whole universe has been planted in the souls of men, a whole universe of desires, a whole universe of needs, a whole universe of ambitions, a whole universe of goals have been put inside men, put inside men and women, and only another human can actually tap into it. Have you ever walked into a room and somebody else walks in and you just seem to know, wow, this guy needs a blue suit to match whatever it is he's wearing, or it's just perceived that this person needs to have to hear certain type of words, hear certain types of words, to be motivated for what he or she needs to do. And that's kind of the realm of what I'm talking about, because humans have eternity planted in their hearts. We have the insatiable desires planted in our hearts, these visions and goals planted in our hearts, and no computer, no programming as yet can read it. It's only human spirit to human spirit connection at the human level that can perceive what the other person in the room needs. Now, your role in this new world that we have stepped into is to begin to develop your capacity, develop your ability to sense these needs and to meet them well ahead of time. Let me repeat it again. Your role in the new artificial intelligence world that we've stepped into, your role if you want to make money way ahead of those who are just relying on artificial intelligence, your role if you want to be on the cutting edge in the new world is to be able to perceive needs before the needs even show up. Because men have eternity, have insatiable desires, have a whole universe of needs and wants planted in them, and God put it so because the desires of man evolve with time. I could, based on data available, maybe what I like is iced coffee, but depending on what's going on in my internal universe, what I may want tomorrow may just be very hot coffee. And if artificial intelligence were to project what I would drink every day, it will project based on past data that I would love to take ice cold coffee. It will take another human to perceive that my need today is something hot and not something cold. So you have to start sharpening your perceptive abilities, your intuition, to begin to become the person who meets both needs and wants as and at when due. Of course, I want to read you somewhere else again. And it says there's a vital force, a spirit of intelligence in man. That's Job 32 verse 8. It says here, there's a vital force, a spirit of intelligence in man. That intelligence, that vital force is not in a programming. Artificial intelligence is great, it can do so many things, but can it light up a room with a glow, with a vital force that men will take up arms and say, we'll follow this guy even into burning hell if need be? It can't provide that. That vital force can only come from somebody who has honed or who has developed his leadership capabilities. And we're just talking about leadership as an example. So this vital force that you find when a child steps into a room and the whole place is like a glow with joy and happiness and cheerfulness, and everybody starts smiling. That vital force, artificial intelligence doesn't have it. It's only a human that can provide it. What about the person that once he or she comes to serve you in a restaurant, you don't know why, but suddenly you're just happy, you're just smiling, you're excited that somebody is charging you to serve you food. What's that all about? It's about the vital force of the person serving you. We have other people that when they step into the restaurant to serve you, you just lose your appetite. What's that? It's a negative vital force. So these are things that artificial intelligence don't have, and these are things that give you an edge over others when you hone them rightly, when you develop them rightly. You have a vital force in you. You have what is called an intelligent spirit. That's the perception. Okay, let's talk about this. I talked about it in the past videos where I said you want to do a business deal and all the data looks good, but you have a check within you. Somehow your intuition says, I don't think this is the right time, or I don't think this is the right deal. What is at play here is the spirit of intelligence in you, which you can actually hone and develop and learn to listen more to. So with all the available data, there's always that extra that the data doesn't capture. Some people call it the sixth sense, but here the Bible says is a spirit of intelligence within you, is in every man. The issue is, how well do you develop your spirit of intelligence? How well have you developed your perception beyond what your five senses can feel? How well have you developed your perception beyond what the raw data is saying? Because you enter the real field of entrepreneurship or business, and anyone who's been there for a while is going to tell you there's some things that you get to do not because the data says so, but because you just know that this is what needs to be done. And the last verse I want to take here is this. It says the spirit of man, that factor in human personality which proceeds out of God. It says is the lamp that he uses to search the innermost parts. Have you ever wondered where those life transforming ideas come from? These ideas that change the course of history comes from. We are aware that the universe outside is so big and vast and wide, but how aware are we of how much bigger and vaster and wider the universe within us is? Because we carry a whole world of eternity within us, and it says your spirit is what God uses to search your inner universe. Isn't it interesting? You have a world transforming idea resident within you. You've got a world transforming idea resident within you. You have capabilities that can change the course of history within you. You have these ideas, these thoughts, this programming, this universe within you. And the only way to use it to transform businesses and lives is to dig within and to bring out the gifts within. Artificial intelligence doesn't have that. So while we are not going to be daft and say to hell with artificial intelligence, what we're going to do is we're going to take advantage of all the capabilities of artificial intelligence, and we're going to merge it with the capabilities of the human spirit, and we're going to begin to see transformation in our business, in our personal lives at a scale that we've never seen it before. And that's the way to use artificial intelligence to make millions when others are just struggling with just a computer or data or just software. You take the human element, the human spirit element, and you cause it to bear upon the services that artificial intelligence provides, and boy, aren't you going to be a millionaire. Now I look forward to seeing my next video. I know this has blessed you. Stay tuned, we're still going to be on this topic. We're going to learn a whole lot more. Subscribe, share, turn on your notifications. God bless.